I quit Instagram about 2 weeks ago and I have never ever been more productive. In this vlog, I'm going to explain why you should do the same, and it's going to transform your life and your business. First thing is that these apps are designed to take your attention. Remember, if you're using something for free, you are the product. Your attention is how Mark Zuckerberg and TikTok is how they're making their money via ads. Nothing is more important than your intention in life. And if you look how people are like literal zombies looking at the phone, even couples, even wife and kids, children constantly look at the phones, and you can see how people can't concentrate. People don't read books anymore. You have to understand that with social media, and especially the TikTok scrolling social media and Instagram scrolling, that absolutely destroys your attention span. There's a reason why that has a deep neurological change into your brain. Sustained and direct focus is one of the most important characteristics that you need in order to succeed in anything in life, in order to read a book, even to finish a series. People are scrolling on their phone like zombies while watching a TV show or playing the game while watching a TV show. How are you going to make a YouTube channel? You're going to write a book. How are you going to write a script? You can't do anything. And every single time you open up that Instagram app and you scroll, your brain is getting fed and with more and more cheap dopamine that is disastrous for your success. You might think one little open of the app is not that bad. And the reality is, it's bad. When I used to export my videos, and it takes about 20 seconds I have to wait. I used to go on Instagram. Maybe I scroll 1-2 minutes. But it's gonna take me about 5 to 10 minutes in order to get into the zone where I can edit easy. The longer you spend scrolling, the worse and worse this is gonna take. These little micro Instagram breaks are gonna destroy your productivity. They're destroying your brain slowly. But it's not just productivity, it's also to do with your social life. So there was a girl in a gym in Bali and she worked there. And she was the one who gave me the tour. It was good. We had nice communication, nice chemistry. And, every time I saw her, we were touchy-feely, whatever. So one point I was going to ask her out, whatever, and I didn't really do it in the best way. I gave her my phone and I said, look, put your number in there. And then she contemplated it and she's like, oh, actually, I'll add you on Instagram instead. And at this point, I don't really use Instagram that much, but I didn't completely go off it. So then I added her on Instagram, and then she said something like, oh, that beautiful girl on the app is me. And I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the phone. I'm looking at the phone, and I think this girl doesn't even look like the same person. That's because that especially women on Instagram, they use a ton of filters, they use makeup, they might take 60, 70 photos in one photo session, and the only 2 that she likes is the one that she's gonna put on. So it's fake, it's a fake persona, it's a fake person. So obviously when I tried to add her, and she didn't actually reply because I was adding her from other requests. So she's putting her in her level playing field in a dopamine filled world that doesn't really exist. It's not real. Whereas if I was like, look, like I don't have Instagram, you can give me your number or what, that is a much more realistic thing, because any girl who gives you their Instagram, the reality is they don't really rate you like that because they're putting you in the third person. If they rate you, they're going to give you the number because that's the direct line, that's the direct one-to-one communication. It's just a communication. Instagram, there's so much bullshit, so much facade that you have to go through. It's not true communication. And the reason I stopped Instagram is because I was reading this book, Digital Minimalism by Carl Newport. You can access it down in the description, of pin comment. This book's really good. It's basically saying how to use technology to an extent where it actually benefits and improves your life. And what I did is I was supposed to take a 1-month social media detox, so stop all sort of social media. I haven't really done that, but what I've done is I've took off Instagram and I've stopped. I never really use TikTok anyways. That relates to the Pareto principle. What this is 80% of the results are going to come from 20% of the actions. I would say 80% of the results of not using social media is going to come from getting rid of Instagram, getting rid of TikTok, because this short form content that TikTok created, the worst for your soul. Look, going on YouTube Explore page and doing that is not good, but it's not as bad. Nowhere even close. I wouldn't even say it's 10% as bad as scrolling on Reels. That specific scrolling on Reels, there's a reason why they have it like that, because they're trying to, the behavioral scientists, they're some of the most smartest people on earth. They made that because it's like one of those machines in the arcade where you pull it down. It's literally the same thing. This is the same as that. And they know that slot machine, they know that we like that, and it creates dopamine. I highly recommend reading that book or listening to audio book if you want a real life examples of why social media is so toxic. Like, they haven't really done the studies properly, but I can guarantee it is extremely toxic. It is so bad, and it's killing you slowly. Now, there is a caveat. If you're making money with Instagram, i.e. selling your courses, mentorship, consulting, okay, that's a little bit different, but that doesn't mean you should use it on your phone. What you can do as a compromise is log in once a day on your desktop or laptop, answer the DMs, respond to the messages, post your stuff. That's it. Or you can do a lot of automated posting. Don't be scrolling. Not when you've got no time at all. Then you should be scrolling like a nitty, because that is what's going to ruin you. What I've started doing is I started playing chess. When I'm bored, I just play some chess. Now, I'm definitely really annoying. It's definitely really frustrating, and I'm nowhere near as good as where I was. But still, it's something productive. It's good active rest that's beneficial for your body. It's the antithesis of social media, because it's real dopamine when you win games. Now, I still want to stop going on YouTube and going on the Explore page haphazardly. But as I mentioned, Reddit as well, they're nowhere near as bad, because with Reddit you can get new ideas, new topics with videos. With Instagram, it's just a waste of time. They are really you're wasting your life on Instagram. And especially when I see some people with how much time they spend, you're never gonna get that time back, no matter what. You can't get back lost time. And Instagram scrolling, just doom scrolling, you're wasting your life. Trust me, you're wasting your life. You're never gonna be able to build a YouTube channel. You're never gonna be successful if you're wasting hours and hours of your life scrolling. Imagine, why do you think the people in Silicon Valley, the top CEOs and workers, why do you think they don't allow their children to use the apps they're creating? Because they know how bad it is. They know. But I make more than $2,000 a month completely passively with my YouTube channel. Right now, I'm in Da Nang, Vietnam. Over there, where those buildings are, that is where the beach is. So if you want to find out how I do this, I actually run Faceless YouTube channels. If you want the complete blueprint, step by step, how you can make your first $1,000 a month utilizing YouTube, you can access it for free. Down link in the description, the pinned comment. I also offered up limited consulting spots where I can personally give you one-to-one help in order to get you to $1,000 a month as soon as possible. You can book it right there in the same place. Please like and subscribe if you found value. My name is the London Nomad. It's my mission in life to make you financially free. Bye-bye. Boom.